It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Cardinals and the Hawks on Monday Night Prime Time.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Fighting through. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
For a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to Walker on first down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Walker with a grab, left side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Murray. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Lockett. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll fake it. Now Smith rolling to his right.
And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the Cardinals' 20-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Flushed out right. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now they send a man in motion right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Throwing is Smith. Buying time to his left. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
They'll try to run for it with Benson.
And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
At the 25-yard line.
Kyler going to give this to Benson.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Murray.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Benson.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. They'll go again with Benson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
A give up the middle with Benson. He'll get this down to the 38.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now Murray.
That is incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone cover.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A give left side for Benson.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Another run here with Benson.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Murray, strong running.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. An injury stoppage here and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Benson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
One more time with Benson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Going play action. Ritter.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This from 25 yards out.
We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And his kick here is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Taken in at the 22. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Able to get this one to McBride.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Goes right back to McBride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He'll buy some time right. Murray with a nice move. And he works free. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Caught on the right side by Jones. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Murray going to throw. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Murray now. Touchdown! Trey McBride. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Fights through him, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 65 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Murray now to throw. Open man, it's Palmer. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 12 brings up 2nd down at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, Benson running right.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really...
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Walker with another carry.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Back to throw, Smith.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was defended by Garrett Williams.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this 1st half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this 1st half that's really giving him fits.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49.
Here's Murray. That escapes the sack. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They run over center with Benson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
First down, Cardinals.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Puts it on the carpet, it's out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half, and now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
An injury stoppage here and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The final shot here before break. Smith.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. Oh, and that is incomplete.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Jalen Hurts, a touchdown pass in the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Deontay Hardy, a touchdown catch in the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
A handoff here to Benson.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Walker to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
And Walker once more. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action, it's Smith. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Cardinals.
They'll go again with Benson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Ritter. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. 53 yards.
And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Geno now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the 42-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Smith.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
For another Seahawks.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Fighting him off. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now Smith. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Myers' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt like he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 116 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. On first down, right back to Benson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
On play action, here's Ritter.
Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Credit for that sack goes to Cameron Thomas.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Ritter back to throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Outright to Smith and Jigba. Into space at the 45.
And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up to the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So out now come the Cardinals. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Back to throw, Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's out right at the 25. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
First down, Cardinals.
Ritter to throw it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A give left side for Benson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Good footwork at the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Geno. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 here.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here's Smith.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. In motion, the tight end. Off of play action, here's Smith. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a 1st down and 1 less down to try and get it.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker.
73 yards.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter. as the kick is away here. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Benson running right. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Smith to throw. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's Smith. He completes this to Walker.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Ritter.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Ritter. He's got McBride.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Smith's going to throw it. Open man is Barner, the tight end.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Smith.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here's 2nd down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Myers' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A final shot now for Ritter.
He's going to let it fly. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Seahawks, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.